مصلحا ومجددا فارنوا بنظر طاهر وجناني.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. One of the allegations of the anti-Ahmadis is that Hadrat Ahmad has written that Hadrat Maryam had a nikah with Joseph the Carpenter. They try to raise this allegation to make the Muslims think that we deny the virgin birth. This is not true, and this nikah happened after Hadrat Maryam was already pregnant, and the Bible also further makes it clear that this marriage was not consummated till Hadrat Maryam gave birth to Hadrat Isa. The Quran is not against this. Allah has never stated anywhere that Hadrat Maryam did not ever have a nikah. I answered the Deobandis when they raised this allegation, so let me once again share the answer. In the end, I added many more references which help us understand what actually happened with Hadrat Maryam Nothing the promised Messiah said is against the Holy Quran. Rather, it is the truth. The non-Ahmadi Muslims can see what their own scholar Ibn Qutayba Rahmatullah has written regarding this. In fact, he adds his own details to this event and has not denied that Hadrat Maryam had this nikah with Yusuf Najjar. The two Deobandis label anything they disagree with as blasphemy. There is no blasphemy here. Hadrat Ahmad praises Hadrat Maryam and Hadrat Isa. The promised Messiah explains that anyone who says that I do not revere the Messiah son of Mary is a mischievous and a liar. I honor not only the Messiah but also his four brothers, as all five of them were the sons of the same mother. I also regard his two biological sisters as pious, for they all are from the womb of the Holy Virgin Mary.
He's actually having a go attacking Sayyidina Isa because he knows that the Muslim Ummah does not believe Sayyidina Isa to have brothers.
Hadrat Ahmad beautifully answers this allegation. A person wrote that Hazur mentioned the brothers and sisters of Hadrat Isa. His question was that was Joseph the Carpenter the father of Hadrat Isa? The promised Messiah explained that we believe Hadrat Isa was born without a father, and we have mentioned this in our books, letters and advertisements. But what can we do regarding the historical error of the Muslims, which is proven by authentic history, that Hadrat Maryam did end up marrying Joseph and then had children as well? We mentioned his progeny, and they made the same error regarding the crucifixion. They believe that he was physically raised to the heavens through the roof. Whose fault is this? Their aim is to make Hadrat Isa a god, and that the qualities of human beings do not come near him. They want to likewise say that Hadrat Maryam did not marry all her life, but this is historically inaccurate. We cannot deny this. Regarding Hadrat Isa he was born without a father. The promised Messiah then explains that some present the argument that Hadrat Maryam protected her chastity and that this proves she did not marry. Hazur responded that the term muhsanat is used for those women who have had their nikah in chapter 4 verse 25, and the meaning that she protected her chastity mean that she never did adultery and protected herself. Where does the Quran say that she never had a nikah her entire life? We now turn back to the reference of Noah's Ark. The promised Messiah writes, Mary's greatness lies in the fact that she abstained from marriage for quite a time and eventually yielded only due to the insistence of her elders during pregnancy. Certain people object that Mary married during her pregnancy, which is against the teachings of the Torah. In this way, she wrongfully broke her covenant of remaining a virgin and also opened the door to polygamy, since Mary agreed to enter into the marriage with Joseph the carpenter, though he was already married at the time. Now here the promised Messiah is defending Hadrat Maryam. However, I say that these were compelling circumstances which happened to arise, and for this reason both ought to be looked upon with mercy rather than disdain. Now here we have Izalat-e-Oham by Rahmatullah Kairanvi sahib. Once again, no Deobandi can deny this, as their Mufti Taqi Usmani certified this book, and in this book Rahmatullah Kairanvi sahib mentions the brothers of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam. This is a historical fact and cannot be denied. In Matthew it's written, isn't this the carpenter's son? Isn't his mother's name Mary? And aren't his brothers James, Joseph, Simon and Judas? Aren't all his sisters with us? Then in Mark it's written, isn't this the carpenter? Isn't this Mary's son and the brother of James, Joseph, Judas and Simon? Aren't his sisters with us?
Whereas it's the belief of the Muslim world, Quranic belief, she never got it.
Now this is once again a lie of the Deobandi scholars, proving they have no knowledge of the Holy Quran. No verse says that Hazrat Maryam salam remained unmarried. Secondly, there is no ijma on this. Of course, as Ahmadi Muslims, we believe that Hazrat Isa salam was born without a father. However, there are many non-Ahmadi Muslim scholars who have said that Hazrat Isa salam had a father and that Hazrat Maryam salam did marry.
Sometimes he's saying he's using it as a defensive tactic against the Christians and he's doing this, and we'll answer these as we go along.
You said that you will respond to me as you go along, but it has been over a month and you failed to address a single reference I provided. This shows that you have no answers. You only lie to the public for views. You know deep down that you lied against the promised Messiah alayhi salam.
First of all, Yusuf Najjar, Joseph the carpenter, where's this come from?
It's quite sad that I have to teach these Deobandis their own books. What did they learn in their madrasa? Here we have Ijaz-e-Iswi by Rahmatullah Kairanvi sahib, and he writes that Joseph, who these two Deobandis are unaware of, refers to that person who was the husband of Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam. He then mentions Hazrat Isa alayhi salam's parents, and he uses the plural to show that Hazrat Isa alayhi salam was born without a father. However, Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam did marry Joseph the carpenter, and because of this, he is called the father of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, not in the literal sense. For example, the Bible says in Luke chapter 2 verse 48 that when his parents saw him, they were astonished. His mother said to him, "Son, why have you treated us like this? Your father and I have been anxiously searching for you." Now here I have Izalat-e-Oham by Rahmatullah Kairanvi sahib. Once again, remember that the decrees of this book was written by Mufti Taqi Usmani, who is the Mufti of these two Deobandis. He is their role model. They can never speak against him. If they do, they will be removed from Deobandism. Rahmatullah Kairanvi sahib writes that the person named Joseph was the husband of Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam. Then Rahmatullah Kairanvi sahib in his book From the Bible to the Quran explains that Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam was engaged to Joseph, but she was pregnant with Hazrat Isa alayhi salam before they got together, which proves that Hazrat Isa alayhi salam was born without a father, but Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam did marry afterwards.
Conceiving outside of marriage.
He's referring to other
Let alone a Quranic personality, mother of a great prophet and messenger.
The anti-Ahmadis also tried to make it seem as if the promised Messiah ﷺ denied the virgin birth by saying that Hazrat Maryam ﷺ had a nikah with Yusuf the carpenter. This is completely false. Throughout the books of the promised Messiah ﷺ, he explains that the virgin birth is a fact proven from the Quran. For example, in his book Hamamatul Bushra and Mawahibur Rahman, he explains that Hazrat Isa alayhi salam was born without a father. Then in his book Tohfa Golarviya, he also mentions this. The same has been mentioned throughout Malfuzat by Hazrat Ahmad alayhi salam. In fact, in Al-Hakam, he alayhi salam explained that one who does not believe this is outside the fold of Islam. As for why the Jews raised this allegation if Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam was engaged to Yusuf Najjar, the reason is that the Jews alleged that, God forbid, Hazrat Isa alayhi salam was an illegitimate child who was born out of Mary's illicit relation with a soldier named Panthera, and so he was a result of the touch of Satan, God forbid. Then in his book Nasim-e-Dawat, Hazrat Ahmad alayhi salam explains that the title of virgin was given to Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam, and she herself also made the covenant that she will not marry and will serve Baitul Maqdis and stay there. Then she saw a dream that she will have a son, and when she saw that dream, she became fearful and felt that if she shares that dream, they will think that I want to marry. So she kept that dream hidden inside, and when she became pregnant and the dream was fulfilled, she was unaware for some time until the 5th month, and then it began to spread that she is pregnant. And that is when she told her dream to the people, but it did not help, and the elders wanted to protect her, and so they made her have a nikah with Joseph the carpenter. This is why the people still raised allegations. As for Hazrat Zakaria alayhi salam being her guardian, according to the Quran, this means Allah made him the guardian. It doesn't mean that Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam did not marry. In fact, their own Mufassirin like Ibn Kathir explained that he was made the guardian so that Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam would learn from his tremendous knowledge and righteous conduct. This does not negate that she had a nikah. If you have not yet subscribed, make sure to subscribe and click on the bell icon so you can get notifications for every new video. Also make sure to like and comment on the video and follow on Twitter and Instagram.
صل على سفينا صل على محمد